Hello. Let's do this.
Again, it's so exciting every time. It never gets old. But I still want Albert to bring a new one.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hey, Jamie V. Thank you for the follow.
Who do we have in the room? Drop some comments. We can say hello. Jay Swank.
Jay Swank is first.
Dibs.
We got Three Stocks Mafia in the building. Hey, Jay Swank, at first I thought that was your emo.
Oh, I did too. I didn't even think it wasn't. I just figured that was emo.
We know what emo he needs.
Wow, God.
Right? Motherfucking rock.
What's up, Albert?
Hello. We got DJ Elusive in the building. Big shout out to DJ Elusive on the TFH team.
Yeah, mad love. What's up, DJ Flip Hop?
What's up, Flip Hop, my brother? Jason Y, what's good? DJ Face, Seattle. What's good, brother?
Derek, what's going on?
Flip Hop, what are you doing with my punties?
Old school smoke.
Hey, old school smoke.
Mo. Old school Mo.
Christina,
As
hello.
Jay Bray would say.
Are you ready?
DJ Furious is in the house too. What up?
We got Furious in the
DJ
building.
Furious, what up?
All right.
Jeff Mobby's in the chat. What up?
Xtina.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait, let it drop.
Oh,
yeah, at least let the drop go.
Not again. Let the drop go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Every time. All right, let's get this thing started.
Hello, Dance from Home. Thank you for tuning in. We are on episode 10. 10 episodes. We've been doing it for 10 weeks now. We couldn't believe it when we said episode 10 we were making a fire. We are excited to have you guys here. Thanks for tuning in. This is Talk From Home. This is a podcast where we take members of the Dance From Home community, whether that be DJs or mods or anybody else, bring them in, talk to them, sit down with them, have a good time, have some laughs, chop it up, get to know them a little bit better, and kind of just basically hang out. Also give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions too. So if you have questions in the chat, feel free to put that in. I have one of your hosts for the evening. I'm Mike Motherfucking Rocka, one of the DJs for Dance From Home, also a member of X-Fade Entertainment, producer, sometimes rapper. And I recently found out right after Monday's Talk From Home that I am a national at riding horses. I didn't know it. I was like a cowboy, dog. Like,
how fast?
Giddy up! I was galloping, homie. Galloping. It was dope. I want to buy a horse now.
Galloping or
I want to buy a horse. Gallivanting around the world. Along with me are my co-hosts. One of my co-hosts here with me. One of the owners of Remix Entertainment, also an F45 DJ. Some of you know him as Artie. Some of you know him as Charles. Some of you know him as Mr. Shakeweight himself. My man, my homie, DJ Wildcat. What's up?
Yo, what up, Dance From Home family? Good evening. Thank you for actually watching us. I know there's a lot of things going on every single night, especially tonight when you have like the Chicago Bears playing against the Rams right now. So
yes,
maybe I shouldn't have said that, but if you are gonna watch it, make sure you watch us at the same time. Let's go.
Just lurk, you know.
Yeah, look, like hit us in the background.
I mean, the score's still
I'll-
0-0, so we're still good.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on the score as the night
Yeah.
goes on, right? We'll keep you on it.
Yeah.
Also, one of our co-hosts for the evening, she is the face of Cook From Home, where she takes recipes, cooks them on her stream. So if you haven't yet, make sure you follow her. She also makes sure her chat is involved with cooking, sometimes takes suggestions from them to cook. Last time she cooked Dinaguan, and it looked amazing. Like I wanted to go
Chocolate
over there and
meat.
grab some. Chocolate meat. So make sure you tune into her channel. She is the other half of Hi, I'm Riff.
Every
Hey.
time is
Did
wrong.
I mess it up? Are you kidding me?
It's
for real?
hey. It's hey. H-E.
Hey,
Oh, hey, I'm Riff. The other half of Hey, I'm Riff.
You say hello, hi.
This is Raph. This is Raph, also known as Sam. What's up?
Hello, episode 10, guys. And it snowed in Chicago today.
Yes.
Well,
So know
it's
today, if you don't live in
winter.
Chicago, we started winter before fall actually hit. So
Yeah.
also, we do have a special guest host for the evening that we didn't tell you guys about, but we'll let you know now. He is one of the owners of X-Fade Entertainment. He's also the creator and the founder of Dance From Home. You guys know him as the director, Mr. Jeff Mobby himself. Surprise!
Surprise!
Who would have
Who
known?
would have thought?
What
Who
are
would've
the
thought?
chances?
What's up,
I
DFH
can't
fam?
believe it. This is amazing.
Mind blown.
Thank you
Mind
for
blown.
having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know it's hard. We know it's hard to get you on the show, so
Yes.
we're happy to have you here.
I'm glad my
Thank you
schedule
for-
worked out this week.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We've been trying to get you on for a while, so we're glad to get you.
We got a hype train.
Yeah.
We got a
Oh,
hype
hype
train.
train. Thank you, guys, for the hype
Calvin,
train.
subscribe.
We got the people on deck.
Remember,
Nikki's
if we hit
what's up?
level three and up,
shake
DJ
weight
Wildcat will do the
comes
shake
out.
weight for the duration of the hype train.
Yeah.
The
And I will
shake
probably have to
weight
run it down to the basement to get that shake weight. So
Oh,
slow down on the hype train. Slow down on the
We'll
hype train.
Get it
Excuse you.
delivered to you.
Well, without further ado, our guest for the evening, we're super excited to have him on our show tonight. He's been a DJ for over 30 years for parties, events, clubs. He's also the co-founder of Krackernuttz. He was the radio personality for 97.9 The Box in Houston and Hot 95.7 in Houston. And he's one of the Dance From Home DJs, and his stream is usually pretty awesome. You may have babies in 9 months from some of his streams that he's done in the last few Wednesdays. So mad love to this man. Bring him on, Mr. KleanCutt himself. What is up?
What up?
Yo.
What's up, man? Thank you for
H-Town
being
in the
on the
building.
show. We got in the
Houston.
house.
How's the weather
Oh,
down there
cheers.
right
Are we
now?
cheersing? Okay.
Oh, cheers.
I'm,
Okay, cheers,
I'm
man.
gonna cheers like every 5 minutes. So
Prost.
you know,
Exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm down with that.
So, KleanCutt, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us tonight.
what's
We
going on?
appreciate you on the show. Good, good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Thank you guys for having me. You know, I'm actually pretty excited. I'm actually honored, and I know that a lot of the guys that have been on here are from Chicago, but I'm excited to give you guys another take of what's going on in the rest of the world, especially in the South.
Yeah, we're
Awesome.
happy to have a non-Chicago cat on our show. And yeah, like you said, give us some of the South and give us some of that chopped and screwed, right? That's where it comes from.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Love it. Hey, so let's just start from the beginning, man. We've got all night. Like, how did you start DJing? I know it's been 30 years, probably like what you said, 14 years old when you started, right? Like,
Yeah, I was 14. I can't really tell you how old I am right now because my memory is bad. So,
good.
I mean, I started out just like kind of, I think everybody else that probably starts out. I mean, there were older guys that were DJing out here in Houston. They're in particular in the Houston scene. It was like it came in waves, right? So there was one wave of DJs, one wave of Filipino DJs, and then one of the guys ended up being close friend of the family, his family, and he lived in the neighborhood across from ours, and his name is Eric G, and he was part of a crew called Underground Productions, and so that was kind of like the second wave of DJs that started in Houston. Before then, there was like crews like Sounds Unlimited, particularly them. They were kind of like the only ones. They're the first ones on radio, the first Filipino guys on radio as far as being mixers, and then we just go out to hotel parties and everything, and obviously, like I said, Eric G was a family friend, and I would just he would have parties at his house, and at that time, I was like 13, 14, so I was like 7th, 8th grade, and I would just go to his house parties and just kind of just lurk around and just watch him DJ. And he actually was the guy who taught my brother and I. And man, ever since then, it's just history.
And he's and this is still Houston, right? Like
yeah, this is all Houston.
This is Houston.
Yeah.
What kind of music were you guys playing back?
Back then, so it was the 80s. So we're playing, basically what was on the charts. Obviously, all the pop stuff. Then definitely around that time, the early freestyle stuff. And then, as years went by, obviously then you go into like the dance music, and then of course the hip hop and this and that. But when we first started out, it was more of like Mr. Lee. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Mr. Lee and like, and then we played a lot of the cats that came out of Chicago, like Julian Jumpin' Perez, like they would come out with stuff like Kenny Dope. We would go look for the, obviously everything is all vinyl, right? So we'd go look for, these records and stuff, and that's what we were playing at the parties. Like music back then was so hype, man. It was just it was everything that you played. Yeah, everything that was played. It's not like now, right? Because you expect music to be a certain way, but back then everything was at the cusp, right? Everything was at the beginning. No one was playing this, no one was playing that, and so everything you were dropping was brand new.
Yeah. House was doing its thing. Hip hop, rap was happening at that time, right? When you were 14, like that's when it's happening. That's pretty dope, man. That's an awesome time to be a DJ with all the new amazing things going on and innovative music, right? Like now we really don't get that much of that. Right? So,
yeah. We had boat mixers too. All the longboard mixers. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's like, 4-channel mixers, and it's not any of the 2-channel Pioneer SLs or whatever. It's like everything was like longboards, and and no one was DJing at that time battle style, so the turntables were the other way, right? The original way.
Yeah,
the proper way.
Oh yeah.
If you're a true house DJ, then you don't DJ battle, right?
Correct.
You always DJ the right way, and so I mean that's how we all started out, and man, you're bringing back a bunch of memories.
Our non-DJ listeners.
What's the difference between the proper way and the battle style?
There's a proper way and there's a battle style.
Well, I don't want to call it proper because then we're gonna. But obviously, there's the tone arm. Both the tone arms aren't. They're not on the back. They're on the side, right? And basically the turntable is long ways, right? So, and I used to get pissed. And I'm just gonna spill the tea right now because the Krackernuttz, we come from a battle background, right? So we used to enter all these DJ battles and stuff, and then as we came up, so we would always have our turntables that way, and whenever we go out and everything, we'd see all these other DJs after years and years, they'd have battle style, right? And then it's like I'd sit there and I'd ask them, do you know why are you have your turntables like that? I would literally just like on the spot. They're like, because that's the way it's supposed to be.
Learned.
And it was just kind of this is the grumpy old man speech. Well, really that's really not the right, the proper way to do it. It's really supposed to be this way, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they would originally. My understanding is that the reason why battle DJs flipped that around was because of scratching and doing things with the platter, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't want the tone arm to get in the way of their hand, so they put the tone arm up on the top, so that now you can scratch or you can like manipulate the platter and do whatever you want without knocking off the tone arm or doing. And
it shortens the distance between the fader and the turntable, so everything's more compact rather than you have to reach over here.
Right. Damn. So, yeah. So a little education for you people out there that didn't know that about turntable.
Yeah, I would just do battle style because it was cool.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that. But I like I said, I was the grumpy old dude that was just like, why do you do that? Like, what's the reason why you do that? And they were like, I don't know. Just because I saw these guys doing it. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a reason why you do that.
Yeah. It saves some space too.
Cut.
Yeah.
Was your name always KleanCutt as a DJ?
No.
What was your DJ name when you were 14 or 15?
So my first DJ name, and I have no idea why it was this, but it was LaChoy Boy.
LaChoy Boy.
Yeah, I have no idea why that was the name.
Did somebody give you that name?
No, I think I named myself that.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
why would you name yourself that?
LaChoy.
I think at that time,
cool.
like the LaChoy, like the sauces and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to deal with that, right?
Is that
Like
your
the soy
favorite
sauce. Like the soy sauce.
Well, it was just one of those things, it was just kind of like
It rhymed. That's why.
And then I got the name KleanCutt. It was actually a diss. It was a diss. It was a joke that stuck because there was a period of time where I took a break from DJing and then I concentrated on school. Because I went to nursing school and everything. And I remember the crew that I ran with, one of the guys, because I used to be in a b-boy crew as well. And one of the guys was like, dude, you look too clean cut to be a DJ, dude. Because, I was just, the schoolboy type, had the collared shirt and everything. And everybody was like, dude, you look too clean cut to be a DJ. And it just ended up sticking. So
that's awesome.
Nice. You took it and ran with
I
it.
thought it came
from my hair. Oh, okay.
I thought it came from music.
It's very clean.
I figured
I
you
was
like
thinking-
spitting out the clean cuts, and people were like, "Oh man, he got those clean cuts, dude."
Yeah,
and
I took it as a turntablist thing. Like,
yeah,
Well,
me too.
That's where once you have the name, you got to live up to it. So
Yeah,
I've had to live up to the name plenty of times.
Oh man, that's awesome. So all right, so you're still LaChoy Boy, or maybe turning into KleanCutt, but at this point you were like in your teens playing hotel parties and stuff like that. How did you transition out into kind of making it less of a hobby out of the bedroom and then actually getting into DJing for, events and gigs and that kind of thing?
Well, I've always DJed, we always DJed parties, right? And that was always the side hustle. So I ended up making the transition after I won a local radio DJ battle.
Cool.
And it was for the radio station Kiss 98.5. And I actually didn't even want to enter the battle. So I was out in California. I had moved out to California in 97. I was doing some soul searching and everything. And I came back. Well, no, I was out in California and my brother, Baby Jay, had hit me up. And he said, dude, one of the radio stations out here flipped. And they're playing dance music. They're playing all the stuff that we play. And so anyhow, fast forward, I ended up moving back. And they ended up having and all the guys I knew, all the guys that I came up with, oh, there you go.
Boom.
Yeah. That was actually one of the parties, because we would do, we would host parties for like different events for people. So I was one of the parties that we went out there and we DJ'd for. But anyhow, my brother, everybody that I grew up DJing with was already at the station. And obviously, like I said, I was, just transitioning from school and everything. And they're like, this battle of DJs happened and they're like, dude, you should enter. And, take in mind, our background was like entering DMCs and this and that. And I was like, dude, this is a radio station battle. This is just going to be whack. I'm not, who's going to judge this? It's going to be crowd based and it's just going to be stupid. And they're like, dude, just enter it, whatever. And I did it for the fun of it. I ended up winning, and the winner of the battle ended up becoming the next DJ on air. And so after that,
wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
What a break, dude.
Yeah, it was just crazy. And at that time, I was on radio DJing. I was a mixer, but I was still working in the hospital and going to school. And then I just ended up burning myself out, and I came to a fork in the road where I had to decide, I got to leave this other thing, and I'm going to go ahead and take this radio thing seriously. So
Yeah.
So that was about 90s. Yeah, that was at that point. There was no going back. There was no plan B. Plan A had to work because I was letting this was plan B, and I was letting original plan A go. So
Yeah.
Which was
You
nursing.
turned plan B into plan A.
Nursing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
yeah, I was in nursing school and everything. Like I had a year left, and I got accepted to OT school and RT school. I ended up turning all that down, and I just ended up going this way.
Man,
Wow.
what a leap, man. That's
Wow.
an amazing
Definitely
leap.
a leap. What did your parents say?
Oh, they hated it.
Right.
Like every other Filipino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right.
It was a so, and you guys may if this is a career choice for any of you guys probably can relate. But the thing is like you said, all the Filipino parents are going to hate it, and so there was a point. And so the thing is my brother and I did the same thing, right? So, because he was in radio as well, so there was a lot of proving to my parents, and not until we seriously were like serious DJs in the city, and like my parents would go out and stuff, and then people would talk to my parents like total strangers and say, "Oh, that's your sons," and they were like, until they started hearing all that, and when we would be out with them and people would know who we were, that's when everything was like, okay, yeah, we're proud of you guys, Right. So.
And then that's what it takes for Filipino parents too, is like that attention of the respect, right? Like,
Yeah.
more so than the career itself, more of like, my son's getting recognized by all these people that know me, are coming to me and saying those things like, oh, those are your sons. Like we know them, we've heard of them.
Yeah.
And that's Filipino parents.
But the money, the money had to come along with it, because
Sure.
like if you're just a mixer at a radio station, you're not getting paid.
No,
You're not getting paid at all. But as soon as we ended up becoming on-air personalities, that's when everything changed.
Yeah. So before that, when did your brother start DJing? Is he older than you? Younger than you? Is that
No, he's actually 3 years younger than me. Everybody thinks he's older than me though, but he's 3 years younger than me. I actually started maybe before him, and then I started when I was 14. So he was 11, and.
Wow.
Yeah. So if I went out, he was always there. And I mean, I went to my first club when I was like 14. So, obviously my Jay couldn't go, but I mean, whenever we threw parties and stuff, he was right there. So it's like he ended up kind of learning off of me, and I ended up learning off of, Eric G.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome stuff. So
When
at
did
this
you
point,
know? Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just when did you know that you made it as a DJ?
When I got that first check, I mean, as far
With
as
the radio station, with 98.5?
Was that Kiss
Okay.
from Kiss?
well, it wasn't even Kiss. So honestly, like we've been with like 4 or 5 other radio stations here in Houston. So I think the big station where we were finally like, dude, like, so I co-hosted a night show at 97 on the Box with my brother Baby J and another guy, Ronnie G. And as soon as we landed the on-air spot, because we were mixers also at the Box, as soon as we landed the on-air spot, and which was a primetime slot, like literally we were like, dude, they're paying us to do this, like, and it was one of those things where we couldn't believe it, and it was just mind blowing. It was like really surreal, because you grow up if you're an aspiring DJ, you grew up looking at all these older guys and like, dude, I wish I could be like that or whatever. And then on the radio end, it's like you grew up listening to all these other personalities, and now you're working side by side with them.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Yeah.
So how long did that take?
Sorry.
What's that? Say again?
I was going to ask if you were working alongside some of those DJs that you were actually listening to.
No, yeah, straight up, and not to put dirt out there, but they ended up hating us.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to get to that yet.
Yeah,
I know we're going to talk
yeah.
about that. We have that on the list to talk about. So you're at Kiss, right? And you're doing these. You became the next DJ for them. How did that transition into you? Just being a mixer into going into more of the industry of radio stations and whatnot. Because I mean, at this point, you're just spinning for them, right?
Yeah.
When you got it, what were you doing? Were they sending you to like events at places, or did they have you on air? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, we were mixing live on air. I had like nightly mixes at the station.
Cool.
And then also, obviously, we had to work at the clubs, and then we do live broadcasts, like mixing from the club that would be broadcast on the radio station. And I think my brother started it first. And sometimes whenever he couldn't do it, I would fill in. And then it got to a point where he would do one night, or he would be on one side of town, and then I'd be on the other side of town. And so after his broadcast, or like say Friday night, he would do a live broadcast from so-and-so spot. Then I do a live broadcast from a spot called Far West on the north side or whatever. So, and it just, I mean, we were at the clubs already, but us working at the radio station and broadcasting live was just something new.
Yeah, I always wonder how that worked. So this is what, 2000, something like that, when you're doing this?
This is like
clubs?
It's like 90, 97, 98.
97. In 97, the technology isn't what it is today. How do you broadcast live from a club?
So
I'm interested.
So it's all you're hardwired in, and it's I forgot what the technology is called. It's an ISD line. It's an ISD line. So it's like you're actually calling. It's an actual telephone line. Yeah, it's a phone line. So
it's DSL. That's what it is.
So you're calling into the studio. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. Like when you're a kid, you're like, they're live from blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When we were younger, but I just never thought about what was the technology they used to like get that across. That's cool. Like
what's crazy is you can't mix straight when you're at a club. So you got to think about radio and like television, right? So you're mixing for like, let's say 25 minutes, right? Straight. And then they got to go to commercial, right? And obviously everything you're playing is clean. So you got to play out. You have to have nothing but clean edits. So you're going 25 minutes, right? And then you get a signal like, okay, this is the commercial break. So you got to take it to break. You got to take it to commercial break. But so the station goes to commercial, but you're live at the club.
Right.
Yeah.
So you still got to mix. So when the station is playing commercials, that's when you play all the ratchet crap. Like for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
For like 3 to 5 minutes. Right?
And that's how you please the crowd.
Yeah, you play all the dirty versions you can, right? And then they signal you, then they count you down. Like you're in the head, you have the phone on your phone and you're DJing, and they're like, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then
boom.
Wow.
You gotta get out, you
clean
gotta
edits.
go
so you're coming from freaking like Run DMC, and then you're dropping Ace of Base. Because you're spinning live. So
that's silly.
And the club, they know though, right?
Transition.
The club knows.
Yeah.
The club knows that this is the Kiss DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, and at that time you got to think about it. So 97, the music was dope, anyways. So so no matter what, you're playing dope music, right? But if you're working for a dance station, you're playing dance on the air, and then in the commercial break, you're gonna play hip hop.
Wow.
Right? And when you come back to the live broadcast, you're going back to dance.
And you have to time that pretty perfectly. Though.
Yeah, it's all programming, man. And working, when you work at a club, you learn how to program, right? You learn how to rotate your dance floor. And a lot of kids these days, they don't know about that, right? And when you're working for a radio station, your programming is so different. And then if you're doing a live broadcast, then you got to program everything even more. So it's crazy.
For the non-DJs out there, can you explain what programming is?
Basically, short and simple. You don't want to blow your load in the first 30 minutes, right? So you don't play all the hits all at once. You got to learn how to space everything out, and then also introduce music. And then if you're in the clubs, you have to learn how to rotate your dance floor, right? So a club is, if you're just playing hits, the club makes their money off of the bar, right? So the bar isn't going to make any money because everybody's on the dance floor.
Exactly.
So you have to learn how to rotate the floor. And okay, I'm going to send all the ladies to the bar, right?
Yeah, right.
Or send the guys to the bar so they can buy the ladies drinks, and then you got to bring it back.
Yep. Like if you were to play like a new Kids on the Block set, you wouldn't play step by step like right in the beginning of
Yeah.
your set. You know,
Yeah.
you'd wait.
Yeah.
You'd wait until the proper time for that to happen. But I mean, enough about nuclear.
Round 3, you know, or round 4.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right,
But yeah,
Furious?
that's rotating and programming non-DJ.
No,
folks
that's really
out
cool.
there.
Yeah, never thought
Yeah.
of that.
Well, you know, I mean, that's what, you know, what is it? The cream rises to the top, and DJs who know how to program, will always, no matter what, will always be there. And everybody else who don't have that skill will get filtered out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that don't last long in the
Yeah.
industry.
And it's a cool skill to have when you figure it out, I guess. Which I haven't totally figured it out yet, but I mean, I know that when I can get people on the floor and when I can make them leave, and you feel like you control that. You know, it's like I control a whole group doing something that I expected them to do based on what I'm throwing out there, and it's kind of a cool feeling. It's why
you control it. You control their emotion.
Yep,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Huh.
that's dope.
You play with their hearts.
That's
Yeah,
what
you're
I'm
playing with their hearts.
like, oh man, gotta go to the bathroom now.
Oh no, you're not.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then you're like, no, I gotta stay. This is my jam. See, I stopped you from
Exactly.
going to the bathroom.
My mind is blown right now.
It's crazy.
Not that I've been going out.
Yeah, but any
Well,
so
now you're
think about
gonna
it.
listen for it. You're gonna think
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
it.
there's,
Real.
when you do.
Anytime
That is,
you want to go get a drink in the club, Sam, and you've been dancing for a while, that's usually on purpose.
there is psychology behind that.
Yes,
Yes.
it's usually on purpose.
I bet you're listening to this, huh?
Yeah. So now you're doing the live sets for Kiss 97, DJing your own, spots at night and whatnot. How does that start transitioning over to you actually doing more than just DJ stuff?
Well, it's pretty crazy because there was a drastic change, because obviously when you're on the radio, you're getting more gigs, right? More club gigs, you're getting more events that you're doing. And the crazy thing is we were doing everything before we were on radio. And then as soon as we got on radio and as soon as we started gaining all this success in radio, we ended up committing to the lifestyle of radio. And when we transitioned to the box, we ended up having to give up the nightlife because our time slot was, we were evening time. So we were like either 6 to 10 or 7 to midnight. And we couldn't be at the clubs unless we had somebody come in and start the night, and then we would come in afterwards. Right. So, so a lot of times, like, we would have like Stashwell and Flip Hop like fill in for us, like, okay, hey, can you guys start the night off, and then we'll come right after the club. And we did that for a long time. And then it just got to a point where, we're getting, obviously we had the #1 rated night show in the city of Houston, like at the #1 station in Houston, like for like 15 years. Wow. So it was like, okay, we don't need the nightclub right now. Let's just concentrate on this, because we're getting bonuses, we're getting sponsorships, we're on salary. You know what I'm saying? Wow. We got insurance and this and that. And so we kind of gave up and sacrificed the nightlife for radio. And that's that, so there was a give and take.
It's a no-brainer though.
Yeah,
it was
no-brainer, for sure.
Like when
sure.
you have the
box.
for sure thing. Yeah.
And that was at the box. Yeah.
That's at the box. So how did that opportunity come about though? From Kiss going over to the box? Did somebody approach you because you guys are doing so well with Kiss?
Yeah, it was kind of weird because Kiss 98.5 was a dance station. So, but when we were at the clubs, like around, let's say, maybe around 2000, maybe 98, 99, 2000, hip hop started coming around. So we're at the clubs playing both, right? And the program director for the box Robert Scorpio ended up showing up at our parties, and a lot of the DJs from 97.9 The Box would come out to our parties. So at that time, there were no clubs in Houston, right? It was all warehouse parties and hotel parties, and they were all being thrown by us, by our crew. And the thing is, it got to a point where, the first after, whenever these clubs started popping up, all these clubs would holler at, our crew about coming out. Hey, can you DJ this night and this night? And so we were at the forefront of everything, and so we were at this one club called Lava Lounge, and Robert Scorpio ended up, coming out to the club. Steve Nice, a lot of legendary like Texas DJs. Steve Nice, he's out in Dallas now. GT and all them. These guys are from Houston. Like all these guys, T Gray, like all these guys, they would come out to our clubs, and they just ended up becoming fans. And Robert Scorpio would come out, the program director, and it was just one of those things where he was such a fan. He offered us on the spot, hey, you guys want to do a mix at the box? And at that time we were doing true because we were tablelists, right? So we would do 2x3 sets. So basically what that means is 2 mixers, 3 turntables, right? So we'd have one designated setup where it was like a mixer, 2 turntables. Then we'd have a sidekick where the whoever, so it'd be 2 DJs. So one guy would be mixing and the other guy would be scratching like during the breaks and everything. So they became fans of that, and they were like, dude, we want you guys to do that at the radio station on air. And so we ended up becoming mixer, and that's how we got to the box. We ended up being mixers at the box, and everything after that was just like fast paced because we ended up becoming mixers. Yeah, it was like we had a specialty show on Friday nights. It was like Friday. I forgot what it was. It was like Friday. I don't want to say Friday Night Flavors, but it was a Friday night specialty show. Then it got moved to Saturday nights, where it was called the Saturday Night Special, and these were all late night. So and take in mind, this is like hardcore hip hop station, right? Mm-hmm. Where you're playing nothing but Master P and like stuff like that, right? But you're getting 3 Filipino kids that come on, and we're playing like anything from the Venga Boys to like hip house music to drum and bass to jungle to everything. And the city at that time, like I said, nobody had heard it right on the air, right? It was unheard of. Everybody started tripping. Like they were just like, dude. And so the popularity of the Krackernuttz and it just blew up. And then man, it was like I said, it was after that, it was like we got offered the nighttime prime gig. So
that's dope. So to back it up to talk about that, when you're saying your crew ran the party scene, that's Krackernuttz, right?
It was the Krackernuttz. Well, at that time, we weren't called the Krackernuttz. So we were. Okay. It was like the underground. There was a crew called the Underground Productions, and that was like my brother, Baby J, Ronnie G, Johnny J, and then a bunch of the other older cats. Riddler was with the Underground Productions. Wow. I was actually, because they're all from the south side of town. I was on the north side of town, so I had my own mobile crew. So, but because of my brother, it was just all connected. And so all the parties were being thrown by like Underground Productions, primarily like all the hotel parties, all the warehouse parties. And then we didn't officially. So when we were on radio, we weren't the Krackernuttz. Okay. Like when we were mixers, we were just mixers, right? So we didn't become the Krackernuttz until we got on the box, and we ended up doing that specialty show. It was myself, Baby J, Ronnie G, and Johnny J. And we were like, dude, let's just we need to form something and like call ourselves something. That way we stand out from all the rest of these guys up here. And then Hubert ended up calling us. Hubert ended up coming in town to do a couple shows, right? And his first show that was in town was at this place called the Wax Museum. And we ended up linking up afterwards. He ended up coming back with us to like my parents' house, and we were just like cutting. Like he had to leave the next morning. We didn't sleep. Crazy. Like he came over and we were just hanging out, playing chess, doing our knees scratching, and he was like, dude, he like literally looked at us. He was like, dude, you know, if you guys stick your heads in a bag, you look like a bag of Krackernuttz. And because we all had shaved heads. Yeah.
So you're telling me, you got the Krackernuttz name from Hubert.
Named you.
Hubert gave you guys the name.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was like a joke.
Named them.
Wow.
How
That's
did
amazing.
that translate? Like, oh, that should be our name.
Our first flyer as a crew. Our first flyer as a crew when we threw a party. It was a picture of a Krackernuttz bag, the bag that's on my emote.
Your emote.
And then we put our faces in all the peanuts. And that's how we ended up coming out in Houston as the Krackernuttz.
I love that. I love that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
crazy.
An awesome story. That's like the story, you know, that
Yeah,
You wouldn't-
it's funny, man. It's yeah, like I said, it was just like everything just happened so fast. And
Look at Jason. He's like, I'm shaving my
Jason's
head.
message.
That's it.
He's asking him if I'm down.
Oh,
All right, man, let's go. We'll be the corn nuts.
you guys can be since you guys have hair, you guys can be the hairy nuts.
Oh gosh.
oh
Gosh.
Okay, here we go.
Yep, I went there. What's up, Calvin? Are you in here?
It's starting. Oh man. Okay, so the Krackernuttz are a crew now. Officially.
They are officially a group.
They're officially a group. They're named by Hubert, which is amazing. That's the coolest thing I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
who was on the original crew?
It was myself, Baby J, and Johnny J.
Okay,
Nice.
so it started off with just the three of you.
It started out with the three of us, and then John had his girlfriend, fiance. Her name was Grace Rodriguez. She was our manager. So around that time we started doing a lot of raves. We just started getting booked for a lot of raves and this and that. And we were the only ones on the rave ticket that was playing hip hop. It was like everybody else was playing everything else, and then it was us. We were playing hip hop, but then we'd throw in like jungle and drum and bass and acapellas here and there. So
I feel like that's your like recurring theme is that you go into a place playing something different than everybody else is. Like when you went into the box, you were playing like Venga Boys and everybody else is playing hardcore hip hop, right? Like you're doing a little bit different than everybody else was.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like that. That's cool. So are you already a person? You guys are radio personalities at this point, right? You have your night show.
yeah, we were at the box and we ended up getting the radio show, excuse me. I can't really recall the year, but we got let go in 2011, I think. And so subtract like 17 plus years, and that's when we had the night show.
Dope. And what was on a night show? Was it just your normal radio show talking about the industry? What were you talking about? The industry? You talking about things going on and
It was basically like it was basically rotation. So you have to be a personality. So you have to have the talk. You have the talk breaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like and so we're basically Rick D. Basically,
Yeah.
it was like Ryan Seacrest, right? It's like basically it was basically that. And then since we were mixers, we convinced the program director, hey, well, give us a mix show on it, and we'll do it at the last hour of our show, and that's what we added to our to the night show. We had a mix that started at like 9 or 10 or whatever.
Oh, that's cool. So you're playing the normal rotation music on the radio, and then kind of filling in with talk between, and then you did your own mix thing at the end. That's awesome.
Correct. Yeah.
That's cool.
But
And you were doing
being
like-
a radio personality, like that's a thing in itself. I mean, you got to have like the necessary skills, the personality to do it. Like, was that something like? How did you guys come to that, or how did you work on that and learn how to do that?
It was a lot of trial and error. So our very first night that we were on the air, we cracked. It was a total disaster. Like, but our program director was like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, brush that off and everything. And it was a couple of people that just kind of gave us pointers here and there. And then, so it's a lot of show prep.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of show prep, and you have to know like you have to know pop culture, right?
Yeah.
And then, but not just pop culture. So we worked for a black station, right? An urban station. So we had to know black, like we had to know what was going on that side too, right? Not just top 40, but we had to know everything that was happening on BET and stuff like that, right? And so, and then like I hate Jersey Shore. Like say for instance, I hate, all that stuff, right? I have to know all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
It's like you have to, all the stuff you hate, you have to know.
All
So
the
when,
pop
when you say your
culture,
show
all that stuff,
your show crashed the first time, how do you know it crashed? Like what happened?
Well, first of all,
ratings
just by that feel. No, by the feeling. Like it was just like you don't make your benchmarks or like there's like commercials have to run at a certain time. The station ID has to be played at the top of the hour, and then there's like say for instance the countdown has to be at 9 o'clock, and this and that. So you don't realize how stressed you get because like just in an hour because you're trying to make all these deadlines happen, right? Because it happens so fast. It's like, okay, 9 o'clock, we have the countdown. Oh crap, we got commercials at 9:15. Oh shoot, we got to give a giveaway at 9:20. Oh damn, man, we got to throw it to the club at 9:25. It's just like, holy shit. It's like, man,
it comes quick, and then you're
dude,
like,
it happens so fast. Yeah.
Like we're up an hour now, and we haven't even done blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah. And at that time, our very first day, it's like we just went in there. We went in there like we were doing our mix show. Like whatever. And after that first day, I learned to make an outline.
Yep.
So like we're on air for like 5 hours. So I had every hour outlined and I had all the benchmarks and I said, okay, right here. So it's basically you're really producing the show. Okay, right here. Okay, we're going to talk about Lindsay Lohan. Okay, at this next hour, we're going to talk about Britney Spears shaving her head.
Okay, so
And
you
then,
guys have to do that. That wasn't like
topics.
producers like telling you what to do.
No, it's all us.
You
it's
guys
like,
have to come up with your own content.
Every show for itself.
Wow.
And like I said, that's where a lot of the hate came from. I like, in my own personal opinion, there was some stuff that happened where it was like, dude, these guys aren't supposed to succeed. Like literally, like we were like killing the ratings, like seriously killing the ratings for years. And like I think we shocked a lot of people. We definitely made history because we were 3 Filipino kids at a black station holding down the number 1 night show in the city. Right? You don't catch that anywhere, right? Like even around the country, like that's like really rare. Like you got guys like Franz and like you got only person at that time that was doing it was Theo out in San Francisco. I don't know if you know who Theo was, but he's an old school. I think he was Korean DJ, and he held down the night show out in I think it was like Wild 94.9.
Yeah,
but he was the only guy out. Like other than him, there was no other Asians on radio like that. If you're Asian, you were a mixer.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So Zero was asking, like, how did you catch up with the pop at that time too? Like, how did you catch up with the pop culture? Or did you hear people make these decisions? But seriously, like, how did you know?
I mean, you're not walking around with a phone and looking at Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you did whatever. So, along with like looking at, around the 2000, obviously, there's internet, right? So you're online, you're doing constant research, you're on all the tabloid pages, and then when you're in radio and you're on air, you get there's trends like I forgot what they call it, but there's sites strictly dedicated to pop culture, but you have to pay for it, and of course the station is paying for all these subscriptions to these news sites. So you're going through it, and you're looking for stuff. Obviously, you're going to regurgitate what the morning show does, what the afternoon show does, and then we're at night, so we get a lot of late breaking stuff that happen at night. So we're going to regurgitate what happened in the morning. But 50 Cent got shot. Okay, we're talking about that tonight. So.
Interesting. Did you use your regular voice or did you have a special radio voice?
Yeah. Do you have a radio voice?
So my wife, I don't know if I know she's in the chat. Did she say that?
No,
like,
that's like a normal question I have for radios.
Yeah.
no,
Just
because
because
my
like we
wife,
have DJ Eugene and he has a radio voice that's
Yeah.
different than his
he has,
radio.
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
a great voice, man.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't think I changed my voice. I think but everybody else is like, dude, you have a box voice. Like, like, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Can you like just recite something like that you would have said on the box?
Like, welcome to the
like station IDs, like
Yeah.
KBXX Houston is 97.9 The Box. We are the Krackernuttz, like stuff like that. You know, it's. I don't know. It's just
It sounds like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Eugene
And that's
doesn't
what
sound like him.
that's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
I tell everybody I don't change my voice.
It's like you, but
Did you
you
have
have
a-
like different enunciations on like.
You have to be
things,
clear,
I guess.
right? Like,
Yeah, you just have to be clear. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
you have to make sure you articulate and
Yeah.
pronounce stuff correctly, and then like I think if anything, like my wife just says I have a different voice, but I mean I think when you breathe like it's a little different, but I don't feel like I consciously change my voice.
Or maybe his voice is just always going right now. See, he's using his actual radio voice for the
Trying
interview.
hard not to change
Oh
it.
yeah, that could be
We're
it
all
too.
tricked. His wife is the one
Yeah.
that's like, oh no, he doesn't even sound like he does while he's talking to you at this moment. That's exactly what's going on. I figured it out.
She gets on me all the time about that.
Excessive voice. Excessive voice.
Stashel was asking or was saying earlier that you had a cameo on Moesha. Is that true?
Really?
Wait, what?
Did you see that?
Wait, what? Say that
Here you
again?
go, here. He had his cameo on Moesha.
Did
I
you
don't
really?
No, I didn't. I don't
Okay.
know where that. I don't know where that came from.
Is this
I
like a
was
true
like,
or
oh.
false?
unless I don't remember something, because oh man, there was a lot of drinking back then. So I mean, days can be blurred, but I don't remember. I mean,
Like
I
he had a
never.
whole day on the set of Moesha.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be
You met
ashamed. I love
Brandy.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show was dope.
Oh, he said no,
Um,
Theo.
Did you?
Stashwell
did you have
says
any-
you talk like Barry White off
Wait.
the record. Is that?
Wait, what? Off the record.
Are these like 3 truths and a lie? Is this what?
Right? I feel like Stashwell is fucking with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
Did you get to interview any like celebrities or anything like that when you were doing your night show?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
if the morning show didn't do it, we did it. So I mean, we interviewed Diddy, we interviewed
Cool.
50 Cent, CeeLo Green, Jazzy Faye, David Banner, Sierra, like Esther Dean. I actually proposed to Sierra on air. I also proposed to A. Marie on air as well.
How did your wife feel?
Howdy boo things.
Man, it was.
What
it
did
was,
they say though?
Oh, they
Yeah,
well, they
what
did.
did they
They
say?
did. Well, for the record, they never said no. They never said no. They just laughed.
Oh,
So
So you're saying is
so it's still open. It's still
it's still open.
so there's still a chance.
Yeah,
so chance is what we're saying.
The door is still open.
yeah.
Yeah,
The window has not closed.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Open
love it. That's
proposal.
dope. What was Diddy like?
Diddy was, I mean, everything you can think of. Like it's basically. So we had a 3-man show. So Diddy would always come. And there was always events happening in Houston. So one of the times that he came through, he would just take over the studio. Whether he came in the morning, night, afternoon, it would basically be. So our 3-man show, like I remember one time he made us all get out of the studio and he left one of us in the studio to run the board while he just went ahead and took over. It was just,
He just took the show over.
yeah, it's Diddy is Diddy. Whatever you can think of, that's what he
Yeah.
is.
And this
Like
is 2000. So did he have Bentley with him?
no,
Bentley
he
Fender?
never he never came through. He never came
He never
through.
brought
If he did, it was probably the morning show. So like basically, obviously the morning show is gonna get everything, right? They're gonna get because the morning show is the heart of everything.
Right.
So if you're an artist and you're coming to a city for an event, you're either coming really early in the morning or you're coming to the station in the afternoon or the evening right before you go to your event. So we would get like artists that a lot of times were just like getting ready to go to the clubs and everything. Like I remember one of the other times we interviewed Beyonce, and
in person. These are all in person.
no,
right?
this is all in person.
Yeah,
person.
Vince was asking if it was on the phone
Fun.
or on person.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Cool.
there was both. Obviously we did phoners and we also did live interviews. And I just remember Beyonce. I'm not a part of the Beehive, so I think I love Kelly Rowland and LaToya Luckett, But so with Beyonce, and I'm not hating, but you cannot. I don't know. She like we got kicked out of the studio and we couldn't even be in her present, like literally. Like bodyguards were all around her and everything, and it was just like, oh god, it was, yeah. It's you run into personalities. Sometimes I just know, I'll put it like this: like there's guys that we've interviewed before where I was like, dude, I'm a diehard fan, and then after the interview, I'm like, fuck this dude.
Like, nah, man.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
no. Well, I've heard of that with people that have met
Yeah.
or been around celebrities do the same thing. Like they were diehard
Yeah.
fans, and then they meet one of the people that they're fans of, and in that
Yeah.
situation, they're like, no more. Like I don't even
Yeah.
like that person's music anymore. Yeah.
I don't hear a lot of good things about like MJ, Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, you hear a bunch of crap
Oh, yeah.
about MJ.
Yeah.
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 We had to. We actually DJ'd a Nike event, a Jordan event. It was when NBA All Star came in town. We didn't get a chance to. I mean, I would have loved to have interviewed Michael Jordan, but it was at the. It was an all day event. It was at the Galleria here in Houston, and obviously and at that time we were the Krackernuttz, and we actually exclusively were the DJs for the event. And man, it was they had to shut down the Galleria because there was so many people there. Like Amari Stoudemire came out, Kobe Bryant was there. Like everybody that was signed to the Jordan brand was all out there. It was like so dope.
I heard All Star Weekend in Houston was one of the best All Star weekends for like parties. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Like in the history of All Star Week, I heard Houston's whatever was the dopest like party one. I mean, like everybody talks about that Houston All Star Weekend. Even rappers doesn't Drake talks about that shit all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, because
So,
Drake
Houston
is
All-Star
like,
Weekend?
Drake is. I mean, he's always here, And I remember when Drake first came out, we did one of his first interviews. Like whenever Successful dropped, we were his first interview at the box. But yeah, I mean, Houston the All Star Weekend, man, it was crazy. I just know I was tired. I was tired, like 17 hours straight DJing, like one event or whatever. It was just like crazy.
Dang.
And did you ever do anything with Rockets? Was that like
Yeah, I'm actually one of the Rocket guys. So you have the in-house DJ who plays during the games. That would be T Gray, and then there's we're the what do they call us? We're basically when you're walking in the halls and everything. Yeah, the concourse DJs.
Okay.
Cool.
So it's like myself, Baby. I got in through my brother, Baby J. Flip Hop is a Rocket DJ. Stashwell is a Rocket DJ.
Cool.
So yeah, those are some fun events right there too as well.
And that's what you're doing now. Well, not necessarily right now.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what you.
Yeah, it's definitely a paycheck that I'm missing. So
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you spent how many years at the box? You said 17
like
years?
17 plus or whatever. Yeah.
How did the departure from there come about after all those years?
It came about. It was it was kind of expected, but it was we were kind of forced out. We were fired from the radio station.
Wow.
There was like some drama locally here in Houston with a rapper named Trey the Truth, who's signed to T.I.'s Grand Hustle. And I don't even know if he's with T.I. anymore, but anyhow, long story short, Trey the Truth was banned from the radio station. and nobody was allowed to play his record or anything that he was on. And we ended up playing a remix of a song that he was featured on out of the station's music library, right? This is the station's music library, very own library that is banning Trey. Of course, this ban is on the DL, right? Because it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of unethical, right? You can't really ban an artist, right? So, anyhow, we dropped this song, and it was for our top 5 at 9 countdown, and he ended up being on the tail end of the remix, and me, Ronnie, and Baby J looked at each other. We're like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. And the bat phone ended up ringing. It ended up being our program director, and she was like, "Who played the song?" Or who put the song in? And Ronnie was like, "I inserted it because we were giving away a prize for the original artist of the track." And basically, long story short, she told us to come in the morning the next day to meet with them, and we all came at separate times. And I remember my brother and I walking up, and we see Ronnie G walking out of the station, and he's like, he's like,
no good.
Yeah, and then so at that moment, I was like, oh, he got suspended, or maybe he got fired. And when I went in first before my brother, and I had a big ass smile on my face, and basically they shook my hand and everything. And the reason why I had a big smile was because, and this is just our opinion, obviously I can't speak for the people at the box, but I just think that they didn't want us there. You know, I mean, like, I think they had been looking for stuff to get on us for years. And I just think maybe our success
finally gave them something.
Yeah, our success may have threatened some people up there, maybe. Because we got a lot of notoriety being at the box, you know, because we were not like anybody else. And so, I mean, we ended up getting fired from the station, and it ended up becoming a really big deal. Like, there was a lawsuit. It ended up being talked about, like, in a lot of trade magazines.
Wow.
And this and that. And to this day, I think it was like last year, there was a case. Trey the Truth actually filed a case, and his lawyers had contacted me. I think it was like even last year or 2 years ago or whatever, and was trying to reach out, and they were trying to open the case back up and this and that. But I'm over it. I'm done with it, man. It's like, you know, we move on.
Yeah. Right. Life's gone. Life's moved on from there.
Speaking
of moving on from there, you went to
just to hold the top spot,
95.7.
Yeah, we ended up going from a dance station. We had a 6-month no compete. So so I was out of a job for 6 months, but I had a severance package. So because we were on salary, so we got fired in 2011, 2013, one of those, right? And it was funny because we couldn't work for 6 months, but the program director at Hot 95.7, which was a top 40 station, right? Yeah. Which is totally different from the box, was a fan of ours. Like, he knew about us, like, and he came from a different market. His name was Mark Adams. Man, I love Mark Adams, man, because he was like, literally, he told us, once your 6 months is over, freaking give me a call. And over that summer, he had reached out to us, and our 6 month was over in October, and he was like, he had a job for us just like that. And we ended up getting on, and we ended up hosting a night show at Hot 95.7, and
competing with the Box's night show.
Yeah, competing with the Box's night show.
I mean, the Box.
Yeah, kind of, sort of
hardcore rap.
Yeah,
because they were hard rap.
And they basically reported differently, right? It was urban CHR, and then top 40 is just basic regular CHR, crossover, rhythmic, or whatever. And so we were at Hot, and we were like so stoked because Mark Adams, he's a pretty reputable guy in the music industry, in the radio industry, and he became, because he came from San Francisco, like Wild 94.9 with Chewy Gomez and all them, right? And he was a fan of ours. And then the first couple months he was there, he was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna work on your because we ended up getting on part-time, but we were working full-time shift. but he was like, dude, we're gonna work on your salary and your contract. Let's say 6 months in or a year in, he ended up moving. Yeah, he left the station.
Oh no. Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we were like, and he was like, I'm going to make sure whoever comes in takes care of us. And that ended up being a big lie. We ended up like working at Hot 95.7 for about like 2.5, maybe 3 years or so. And it got to a point where we were fed up, and we talked to the program director, and they were like, we're working on it. We're working on something for you guys. Right.
Mhm.
And finally we had a meeting with them, and we're like, what's up with our package? And they were like, we got to be honest with you, we were never working on it. And we were like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? And then at that moment, I looked, my brother and I, Baby J and I were like, we're out. And Ronnie wanted to stay because, obviously this is our career, right? This is all we did.
Right.
So they were offering us a bunch of things, like different packages. Like, we can't give you salary, we can't give you a contract and this and that, but we can put you guys in a club to broadcast. And we were like, we're already DJing at a club. What else? What are you gonna give?
Yeah.
What else are you gonna give to us that we can't get on our own? And we were just like, we're out. We're out. And we ended up, and ever since then, like, Jay and I were like, dude, that's it. We're like, because radio is a dirty business. Like, it's a dirty business. And we had been in it since 97, and this was like 2013 or whatever. We were like, dude, we're done. Let's just walk away. Let's walk away on our own. And, because we got fired from the box. We were forced out. At Hot 95.7, we had the opportunity to walk away on our own terms. And we were like, dude. And so ever since then, we kind of we retired from Houston radio, and we were just like, we're never doing it again. Because radio is not the same.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Man.
between 2013 and now, like, what has the Krackernuttz been doing?
Well, it was funny because after Hot 95.7, because we have like music industry friends, and they knew that we had left and everything, and they were like, yo, you want to do a mix for this station out in Sacramento? We're like, how long? They're like, just an hour. I'm like, okay, well, screw it. So my brother and I ended up doing it, and then an opportunity came to submit mixes to Wave out in the Philippines. I forgot what the call letters are, but it's a Filipino radio station. So we ended up sending mixes out there, and then we ended up just going back to the clubs. And so, we were just submitting mixes here and there, just to, I don't even want to say to stay relevant, but once you do something for so long and then you leave it, right? You don't know what else to do. Like,
Right.
Because I had been in radio and doing music since I was like 14.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so that, at that moment, you come into a crossroad where what defines me? What am I? Is this all I am? So at that moment, that's all I was. So I just, went back to the clubs and everything, and just did whatever I could. And now I'm at a different mindset, so after that, I ended up recently, I retired from the clubs, like, I don't know, 3-4 times. I kept on getting pulled back in.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I'm ever retired from the club, but I think right now I am. So,
Yeah.
But I ended up, go ahead.
When did the club retirement start? The first one.
Oh man, Ashwell and Flip Hop should know. I mean, that probably was around like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
You just get, because you form relationships, and so you get club owners and managers that you help out in the beginning, open up clubs, and they're like, yo, I need your help.
Right.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I'll help
get
you
pulled
out.
in.
Yeah, I'll do a monthly for you. I'll spend once a month, and then the month becomes bi-weekly, and then the bi-weekly becomes, okay, you're here every week now. So that's how that ended up. And I'm at a point, and then then for me, I ended up having Chance. My wife and I ended up having Chance, and it became a point where it was just like, and I don't know how it is in Chicago, but the club money in the clubs isn't the same either. So, because back in the day, I made a living working at the club, right?
Yeah.
Now out here, at least in Houston, it's just a pastime. It's like what they pay you now barely pays for a Happy Meal. So it's like, so now it's like, for me, I was one of the lucky ones to have transitioned over, and I started my own business and everything. So,
brother's keeper.
They pay.
I said, "Wait, you get paid?"
Did they put you at the club?
There's that
Damn.
meme from that movie. I can't remember what it was, but he's like, "Wait, you guys are getting paid for this?" 'Cause-
Meet the Millers.
yeah, Meet the
Or
Millers.
we're the Millers.
Oh yeah.
You guys getting paid? Brother's keeper. Love it.
We're in contact
No, but
with
yeah,
them.
we feel you. Like, and I mean, as far as I know, the pay in the clubs aren't that good right now in Chicago either. So depending.
yeah,
on
from the guys I know, like I remember talking to Icy Ice one time, and Isaiah, and he was just like, "Dude, it's the same over here in California, dude. It's just the same crap." So, unless you're a headliner, like straight up real headliner, like Jazzy Jeff, you're not getting paid.
Well, the music scene I feel is just completely different too. I mean, I think since I say the rise of like EDM and like music festivals and like that's where people are going now to party and stuff. Like I feel like the club scene itself, unless you have a huge headliner, I think it's harder for people to like even just go out or get people to come out.
I do think we're about to be in a weird limbo with that though, like because the festival scene, at least in Chicago, started to slowly go away before COVID. Like there weren't as many festivals. They weren't getting places to even have festivals. Remember, Spring Awakening was having a problem finding a place to even have it. What was it? Wavefront got shut down. They weren't doing that anymore. And I feel like we were back in a transition of I think club owners are starting to be like, do we start opening clubs again and make it like, the back in the day club stuff? Or I don't know. We were in a weird spot right before COVID, and then now COVID hit.
Yeah.
So like what now, right? Like,
Twitch. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Twitch time. It's Twitch
And
time.
that's why we're here.
Don't
I think-
gotta leave home.
I think Twitch is a different beast, and I preach this to my guys, to the crew all the time. I thank God that they're on. I think you have to be on Twitch because the opportunity on Twitch is so different. If they had Twitch when I was 18, 19, holy crap, I'd be running shit. I'd be on Twitch all the time.
Right.
Yeah, Twitch is pretty amazing. I mean, look, like Wildcat just said, look, we're here. This is the reason why we're all here. Twitch got us to this spot, talking to you and knowing you from Houston. Like, there's no way we would have known you without the whole Twitch situation. At least myself. So
You
actually are connected to DFH DJ.
yeah,
Right?
How did you get hooked up with DFH?
Oh, well, basically it was Jason Y.
Okay.
Jason Y.
Yeah, he actually is related to my Nino. So, or actually my brother's Nino, my mom's best friend. So, so I was, I think I had jumped in one of the DFH's, I think it was D-Double's stream one time. And it was at night. So I might've been a nightcap or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
And I remember Jason was like, because we would see each other online every once in a while, and he would always throw out there, "Dude, we need to get you on DFH or something like that." And then at that particular night, he said that, and then I think Jeff was like, "Hey, jump in the Discord." Like Jason introduced me to Jeff in the chat, and they threw out the Discord for me, and that's when I hopped in. And after that, man, it was like, dude, you can't get rid of me.
The rest is history.
What did you know about Twitch before? Dance. Did you already know anything about it, or?
Well, see, the thing was because I was streaming on Facebook until I got blocked.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, so until my account got kicked off or whatever. Oh. So after that, I had obviously, and me jumping on Facebook streaming was taking mine. I'm like, I have the mindset of I'm retired, right? I'm not trying to play. But when my first time on Facebook, I was like, dude, this is fun. I'm like playing my own. I'm playing stuff for myself, and then I'm seeing people like, dude, you're jamming whatever, and this and that. And so when I got blocked, I was like, okay, let me try this Twitch thing because that's where I see everybody's going. Or I see at that time it was really early, right? Really early days of Twitch. So I started an account and I just got on. I spun in the afternoon, and I didn't know anything about Twitch, man. Honestly, I just played. At that time, I was only playing 30 minutes.
Okay.
I would just get on, like jump on, like it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for people at work. I jump on, and then people were like, dude, go an hour, and then an hour. I'd go on an hour, and then an hour turned into 2 hours, and I still won't go over 2 hours. But yeah, so I mean, I didn't know anything, and then I found DFH, and then so I started seeing everything. I was like, oh, this is pretty dope, because just the way everything was set up, right? And then it makes sense, you know, obviously, to have that to have a lineup, and then and grow the brand, because that's what it's about. It's about growing the brand, and as well as growing everybody else's brand and this and that. And so my first DFH was the nightcap, and I think I kicked off. Did I kick off the first nightcap? No.
You might have.
Yeah, maybe. I actually think you might have, because I think I was on the same night.
Right, I think I was on like at 7 or something. I want to say, and I was like, oh, this is.
And you were already pulling out the backgrounds, right? Like your layovers,
Overlay.
overlays. It was like McDonald's drive-through and shit.
Yeah.
Those are the best overlays ever. I remember seeing that, like, this motherfucker he's like in the McDonald's drive-through window, right? I like DJing. It's just dope.
Yeah, it was before everybody was doing green screen.
Yeah. I still don't do green screen. I haven't gone that route yet. Jeff,
I don't think I'll
switched
ever go that
over
way.
recently. Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff went to not the dark side, but Jeff went to the green street side.
The green side.
I went to the green
To
side.
the green side.
The green side.
The green side.
I don't know if I'm gonna go to the green side. I don't know about you guys, but
I mean, I'm not even doing much with. I'm using the same background that I did when I didn't have the screen. It's just without the.
now it's just behind you.
Yeah, it's without the couches behind me, without my VIP lounge.
Only way I'm going green screen is if somebody donates a backdrop for me. If I get a donated green screen backdrop, that's the only way I'll do it.
But I think your green screen situation works specifically for like the things that you're already doing, like the McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah, you're placing yourself.
You're putting yourself in
scenes.
the random scenes. So
Well, you know, it's funny because the business I started, because I have a graphic designs background, so I started a graphic design, a printing
makes
company.
sense.
Yeah, so we do like large format corporate printing and this and that, and and so what as I'm working at that, I'm on Twitch and I'm like, dude, let me just see if I could do this, if it would work.
Right.
And it ended up working. I'm like, oh wow, I'm at McDonald's now. So that's how
It was so dope, man. Good shit there. Good shit.
I have to bring it back.
How'd you find? Yeah, bring that back, dude. Because I know you've been doing like, I like the other thing I like about it is like usually yours is black and white, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all your scenes and stuff. It's pretty cool. I like that. It just makes everything kind of match, I guess, when you're doing everything. So.
Yeah, and I have a theory about it, just because I want it to be about the music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want I want the people. I want if people come into the stream, I want them to take away like, oh, he's playing some dope remixes or whatever, or I haven't heard this.
There you go. I told you. I was.
Yeah,
on the
there it
same
is.
as that was the day that CJ Buckets showed me up. when I did a rap freestyle, and then he comes out with his guitar and made me look like, oh, this guy didn't do anything.
That was an awesome
was
nightcap.
giving-
I think that was the first nightcap
This was
That was the first nightcap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
That's
first official
cool.
called nightcap.
in my favorite
Right.
flyer.
Yeah,
That
my
was
favorite
fun.
flyer too. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good
this
night.
is Abed's game.
Good old Animal Crossing.
Yep.
Animal
The butt
Crossing.
overlay. Question from Little Berries. Can you please tell the story of the butt overlay?
Oh man.
What
Oh,
is that?
so the butt overlay is my son, basically. So it's the whole reason why I stream from Krackernuttz and not from KleanCutt anymore. Because remember when I started DFH?
I do
Okay,
remember
yeah. I
that.
always wondered about that. Go ahead.
Oh man, it's a headache, man. I went through a depression. So like literally, man, like so obviously, so I'm like, so I did the McDonald's. I started doing like some barbecue joints. I did Portillo's. I did some other things. I did the pool. Yeah, the swimming pool. Yeah. And so I was like, and I obviously I think I had already done where my son's watching the TV, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was like, one day I was we gave my son Chance a bath, and he was just kind of running around the room. And I had my phone, and I was like, oh man, you know what? Maybe I could take a picture of him right after his bath. And it's basically his bare ass. And he's like reaching for something, and it's his back. And so I did 2 streams with it, right? And it was the July 4th weekend where I get flagged. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm on my KleanCutt, and I dropped the overlay, and next thing you know, I'm getting messages from the crew. They're like, dude, you're off. What the hell? You're off. And then I'm like, okay, let me log back. I'm like, let me log back in, and I can't even find my profile on Twitch. Like I couldn't log back in. Yeah, so I had been flagged, and it was basically a 30-day indefinite suspension.
No.
And to this day, I still don't have
access to the KleanCutt account.
I am never getting that back.
Like,
no,
wow.
You're never gonna,
that
and
explains
that's
a lot.
It's so messed up because
and
I'm not a dad, but as a dad, you're just thinking, oh, that's my kid, and then you're gonna
Right.
pick your kid up,
Maybe they didn't know whomever.
Right. Oh well,
it
from their point of view.
It sucked too because and every streamer on here is they're gonna relate, I think, because you get that momentum, right? Because I had just got done doing snapback.
Yeah.
I did snapback. Obviously, I had done more DFHs, and so I started gaining, my regulars on my channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, cool, man. I'm feeling more comfortable, whatever. And then that happens. I get blocked. I gotta start all the way over.
Yeah.
And so I have the Krackernuttz handle. I'm in some chats. Nobody knows who I am, obviously, and so I'm just like,
when I first started cooking from home, I didn't really know anything, and then like Jeff or Lil Bears was like, oh, raid Krackernuttz. I was like, who's
that?
Krackernuttz? They're like, oh no, he's KleanCutt. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's do that.
Dude, on a serious note, it messed with my head. It really did. Because it got to a point where, and at that time, the Black Lives Matter stuff started happening, and then a lot of the social media bully, I want to call it bullying, but all that stuff started happening, right? And at that time, I'm coming from being engulfed and addicted to Twitch, right? Being engulfed and like always on your phone, and that happens, and so I get that wall, and then at the same time, I'm like my mind is tripping because I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and I'm seeing like people that I thought were, I guess at that time, kind of close to me or whatever, or I actually thought held the same kind of values as I did or whatever. And it got to a point where I don't want to say I got caught up, and I got like mentally, it started messing with my head, and and that's why I dipped out. Right, I would get on a little bit. I stopped doing my twos. I was on Twitch like I don't know how many times a week. So I kind of slowed down with DFH. Then I kind of slowed down even with the Krackernuttz streams because I needed a break, and I started getting really disappointed and all this. Man, if you guys follow me on Sundays, and Sundays are great because it gives me a time to I'm streaming for a whole different reason, right? Mm-hmm. And so at that time, it was just kind of like. I'm a firm believer in positive energy. I'm a firm believer in energy, and there was a lot of negative energy just surrounding me. And then this stuff started happening here at the house. Like there was that one DFH where, remember the power went out?
Yeah,
damn.
I was on. Yeah. It was all around that same time. It was all around that same time. Like we started like having all this bad stuff happening, and it was just kind of like I remember I talked to my wife about it. I talked to my moms about it, and I was just like. I don't know if it was depression or whatever, but I had to refocus and kind of I deleted a lot of Facebook people.
Mhm.
I don't jump on Facebook. I've thought about deleting my Facebook account, but
Facebook is toxic.
yeah, it's just social media in
100%.
general,
Yeah.
and so now I think I'm definitely at a better place now, and I think,
Yeah, I
You know,
definitely
there's-
feel that.
yeah, there's
We were
still
going through a
stuff that
weird
we're
time.
going through, yeah,
Mhm.
and I think, and I was in another stream where somebody was talking about, that there's a wall. I think it was Mr. Toys or whatever, and I don't know if he was talking about what I was talking about, but dude, you hit a wall,
Mhm.
right? It's like there's a such thing as you're gonna hit a wall, and then you're gonna freaking start second guessing everything, and then I think that's why I have my streams black and white, and it's not any offense to anybody, but it's like for me, it's like I want you there to listen rather than see,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
So me blending into the background and everything and making sure everything is clean is all a part of why I do it like that. So
Okay, that makes sense,
Nice.
man. Like,
Cool.
wow, I didn't know. Like, to me, it was just aesthetically, it worked, right? Like you
Yeah.
being in
Yeah.
black and white, and then you're overlaid in black and white, but you putting much more of a meaning to it. Like, I didn't even consider that
Yeah.
as like part of the reason for doing that. That's pretty dope. That
Yeah, I'm
makes
a
it even
weirdo.
more dope. No, it makes it even more
I wouldn't
dope.
say
Yeah.
it's
It makes you
wouldn't-
stand out,
yeah.
and that's your
Exactly.
It's part of your
That's your
brand now. And
uniqueness.
like,
Exactly.
I mean, I always enjoy listening to your sets.
Yeah.
You do play differently, and I could tell it is purely about the music.
We
more
should
so
have put
than
it in
anything
black
else.
and white for the interview.
I actually
Fucked
Yeah.
up.
I thought
Should've
about
added
it,
the
man.
filter.
I have OBS on Mac and virtual camera doesn't work for
Yeah.
Mac
Oh,
OBS.
yeah.
Ah.
She
So-
just had a black and white.
I was
I'm not-
gonna-
That's why. Go ahead.
Oh no! Go ahead. Finish your thought, Mike.
No, I was just saying, like, something didn't feel right when I saw you.
Yeah.
Because he's not the same color. So-
You look a little
Yeah.
different today.
yeah, you look-
I also wanted to add that, like, to those that don't stream and are watching our channel, just the fact that you're an affiliate on KleanCutt on your KleanCutt account, and then knowing that you have to start over again just to become an affiliate on Twitch,
Yeah.
it's a grind, and it's
Yeah.
not easy. Like, I'm not streaming as much now as I was back then just to become an affiliate on Twitch,
Right.
because there's the requirements to fulfill that is so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's difficult. It's not,
I had to
took me
do
a
it
while.
twice. I had to do it twice, man.
Yeah, you have to do it
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah, you
And,
went through it twice. That's
I think
like,
I
if
was one
my
of the
if my
last.
account was gone, like, I don't know what I would do. Like,
right.
I mean, obviously, I think I would try to do it again, but just that grind is it's hard.
Dude, I talked to my guys, man. I told them, man, dude, man, I would tell them, I was like, we would have conference meetings, just face to face on Zoom or whatever. And I remember telling them, man, I was like, dude, it's like, I'm in the dumps.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, there was and I'm sure you're not the only one during that time specifically when, the Black Lives Matter thing started happening, the Floyd situation went on. There was a time during this pandemic that I think a lot of people may have been feeling the same way you were, regardless on what it was about, right? Whether it was DJing or music or their jobs in general. It just seemed like things weren't working well with the world, like we were already in a pandemic, and now we have these things going on, with us socially and between each other as people, not only with this disease. And it was a lot to handle, and a lot to take in and a lot to process. And subconsciously, I think processing that caused a lot of folks to, like you said, start second guessing a lot of things in their lives, right? The people that they surrounded themselves with, like you were saying, the people that you thought had the same views as you all of a sudden did not, right? The things that are coming out in the media are making you feel a certain way, and that affects you in every aspect. And I think the same thing happened to myself. Like, during a certain part, I felt like personally during, like, doing DFH, I did feel like I hit a wall. I felt like I was playing music and didn't know why I was playing it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I was just kind of like I felt like I started doing sets and was just doing sets, and I wasn't necessarily having fun at one point. It was like a few weekends in a row, and then I started thinking about, how do I do something different than just DJing? And I think that's where I kind of started coming up with the idea for Talk From Home was let's take it away from just DJing and let's start learning about these people, right? Learning about what makes KleanCutt, how you started this and how things were going on, and connect, because during the pandemic, that was one of the hardest things, was connecting, right? So here we are now. We've got you here. We've had a bunch of guests for 10 episodes. We're all kind of connecting as opposed to being separate, right? And having individual voices on something like Facebook. He took a chance on it, Booty.
Mike is saying some serious stuff. And we're like, oh,
That was my
Booty.
speech for the evening. I'm done. It's all good. We had a segue.
That's what we do
away
here.
from you.
And that's tonight's mic drop.
That's mic drop. Boom.
That
That was the segment.
was
Tonight's
the
mic
mic
drop.
drop. Right there.
Haha. Post-emptive. Cool.
Segment.
Post-emptive. Yeah. Preemptive, post-emptive. Okay. Well, so going in, like, segueing from that, tell us like one of your favorite DFH moments, whether that have been your stream or like someone else's stream that you saw. Like, what's something that sticks out in your head from all the DFH?
The only thing that sticks out in my head is it was I don't know if it was it was a weekend, I want to say, but I know it was in the daytime, and obviously, you know, you try to support as much as you can, right?
Sure.
And you jump in the streams and this and that. I remember jumping in this dude's stream, and I'm like, whoa, my eyes were like, holy shit. I was like, dude, there's like all this trippy crap going on. And then this dude is doing backflips. And
Oh, wow, we know who you're talking about.
We know exactly who you're
Ray.
talking about.
and it was like, so I'm like laid back at the house. And it's like, no, actually, you know what? I jumped too far ahead. I think it was at night, and I think we were in bed. My wife is asleep. Was that it? I just the story's all the same. I just know Jay Bray, man.
Some dude's backflipping.
This dude, he literally, I fell in love with this guy, man. This guy is my
man.
Twitch crush. Like,
Right.
straight up. I was like, this guy doesn't give a crap.
He's many.
Oh
Twitch
God, I feel
crushes.
like we've told the story so many times. So like that literally was what kind of rejuvenated a lot of us. So one day, I think it was Calvin. Calvin was like, my homie's playing right now. He was on Discord. Calvin's on Discord. He's like, hey, check out my homie. He's playing right now. And I happen to be paying attention to Discord. So I went over to what Calvin linked us to. And it's exactly that. There's this like the green screen is like all up in your face.
Crazy
like, his
visuals.
music's going.
Yeah.
He is jumping off the walls. Like it's doing J-Brays. And I'm like, who is this dude? Because I feel like I'm doing coke and I haven't done any drugs. Like, what's going on right now? And I was like, this is amazing. And right away, all of us are like, when are you coming to DFH? Like, come to DFH. And that dude,
I think we made it happen like right away.
right away.
Like, next episode.
Yeah, he flipped.
He like literally changed the mood. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, man.
He did.
It's like, and then because of him, it was like, I bet it's my sister, and so is Nick's. Like, it's like my rowdy sisters. And so and we're just throwing everything in the room. Total Encore and I are doing like Kool-Aid freaking lines. And it's like, man,
Kool-Aid.
it's
Kool-Aid lines. That's right. I remember that.
D double ask KleanCutt water combos were back and forth in the chat during Jay Bray's set.
oh man. Dude, it was just so many. It was just like me punching myself in the face, like
Yeah.
like I got a nose that's bleeding that won't stop. It's
Oh God! You're I listened to J Ray the first time. It's like I'm over here trying to mosh pit with Perry. Like I'm just like, yeah. She's like, "What are you doing? This is amazing."
yeah, literally when you're and then we're typing, right, and it's literally that. It's like you're not typing anything. You're just that's what you're feeling right now.
Right. This was all of us.
It was the best, man. Jay Bray's the best, man. Honestly, like that dude right there. I always look forward to his streams, man. I said it before. He's my Twitch crush.
Yeah, there shouldn't be anybody in this chat that hasn't caught at least one Jay Bray stream. If you haven't yet, please do.
The timing of it is still crazy to me too, though. Like we talked about in an earlier episode of TFH, but Jay Bray had the opportunity to jump on from episode 1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like,
Yeah.
he came at a time where it seems like we kind of needed that boost because a lot of us have been at it for so long. I mean, speaking of which, like yesterday was DFH's 7-month anniversary.
Nice.
Yesterday. So like,
Dang.
it's, I swear we just said 6 months like a week ago, right?
Right.
Right.
We hit
Right.
7
That's
yesterday,
insane.
so it's crazy.
That's
That's
nuts.
insane.
We did have a couple newcomers to the scene over the weekend on the 7-month anniversary. Do you have the newcomers lineup?
I
Want
have
to make sure they get their shine.
Yeah, so huge shout out to Samo 241.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
been
he
a
was-
long time coming.
Long time
Is it his first
DFH
time?
fam. His first DFH set was
Yeah.
this past Saturday. So he's part of like the Bullet
Bullet.
Social
Bullet
Club.
Social Club 1 time, 2
So
times.
yeah, so big shout out to them. Samo has been, he's been part of the DFH fam like since like the very
Long time.
early days, if not the beginning. So it was great. It was great to see him do a DFH set.
Yeah, it was really dope. I mean,
Cool.
I had never seen him spin before, like even for Bullet Social Club. So I was happy to be able to hop in and get to watch his stream for a while. It was really dope.
Yeah. Another DJ we had was Impressions DJ,
Yes.
our fellow
Yes,
Canadian
Impressions.
DJ.
Yes, guy.
The guy. He's our guy. Yeah.
I love
He
him.
says
So he
guy
had
a
a
lot.
dope Euro mix.
I
He's
love
part of the
Impressions.
Extendamix crew out of Toronto, Canada. So he's actually been really supportive of a lot of DFH streams for a while now. And then Total Encore, he's the one that referred him to come onto the lineup. So it was awesome.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I don't know if I'm making this up, but I was before he did his first DFH, he was in a chat with we were watching somebody and they were playing Euro, right? And I think he asked, he was like, "Is this what you play all the time? Like when you come on these sets?" And I guess the person was like, "Yeah." And I don't know if like Impressions was planning on playing Euro all the time. I know he's a Euro DJ, but I feel like he asked that and was like, "Hell yeah, let's do this," and then was playing Euro all the time. It's dope. It's so dope.
Yep.
But I don't know if that was his like original intention
Well,
when he started.
To
He's
play
also
Euro for
so
DFH.
new.
Yeah, was it?
He did let me know. He's
obsessed
like,
with
he was kind of giving me a heads up. He's like, "Oh, I think I'm going to do a Euro set." But I think it's because, I mean, there's a lot of Euro that we play in DFH already between a couple DJs. Obviously, Total Encore has
I love
a few
Euro.
Euro sets, and then
Yeah.
I mean, my last like 2 DFHs or my Freaky Friday set even was like Euro from like the early 2000s. So, and he was tuned into both of those. So like, I think he just felt
Okay.
comfortable to play it for us.
because I think that's what made him start. I thought that was what made him start playing Euro for us, which is awesome because we need more good Euro.
Well, he knows he has a crowd for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. He has us.
But he's
Another guy. Oh,
no, I was
do you
gonna say,
want me to go
there's a crowd for everyone in
every
DFH,
music.
like
oh,
Mhm.
every
exactly.
genre, which is awesome.
Exactly. The third debut last Saturday was with DJ Crazy. So big shout out to
Crazy.
DJ Crazy.
Right, and a vote for. I mean, he has one of the dopest mixers that I've seen with his
Custom
his
logos,
like
and
skin
everything,
there.
right?
That's man.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, I was like, "Ah, nice." Like that dude's killing.
So
it
I
on
think
those.
DJ Crazy. I mean, I just met him through DFH. He was referred by Roman Salazar, but apparently he goes back. Pretty old school DJ in Chicago too, and he went to high school, I think, with Vince Maxino.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Vince
Connections.
Maxino messaged me. He's like, "Hey, how did you get Crazy in the lineup?" And he said, "I went to school with them." So
That's
I'm
cool.
pretty sure
Yeah.
I've heard of him from back in the day.
Wow.
If he's always been DJ Crazy, because I remember that name from going to like
Yeah.
house parties and shows and stuff. So
It might have been him.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's him. Like, it can't not be.
Yep. And last but not least, we had our first Australian DJ in our DFH lineup. So big shout out to DJ
Aussie.
Eccentric. He streamed through the Q Points channel. And
That's
he
awesome.
did a DFH after hours set. And he did some
yeah.
some
Also some
nice
old school dance.
nostalgic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
progressive.
Yep.
It's funny because it was our after hours, but for him it was almost 4 in
His
the
afternoon.
afternoon on Sunday.
Yeah.
He was a whole day ahead. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
wild.
did not disappoint all of them. I mean, none of the DFH DJs actually disappointed. Huge shout out to Calvin Cornell. Calvin Cornell during that evening, Queen V was having some internet issues because she's out in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And Calvin Cornell just right away stepped in and did a DFH, a last minute DFH after hours set.
Calvina?
As
Calvina?
Calvina. Yeah.
It was kind of funny because I was at work. I had work at my hotel job most of the day. So I was lurking most of the day, and I finally got out of work, and I actually saw Calvin was streaming, and like I got confused, right? Because I'm like, wait, he's not in the lineup, so that I didn't know he had to fill in. So I literally tuned in at like the last maybe 10 minutes of his set, and I saw a picture of Calvina streaming. But then the thing is, I had to go into audio only on my drive home, so then. Seems like I missed something pretty significant. So as soon as I get home,
You didn't miss much.
as soon as I got home, Abed was like, "So, did you see Calvin's set?" I'm like, no. I was on audio only. She's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, what happened?"
It's pretty innovative. I
Nothing
liked it.
ever. There's no dull moment on Calvin Cornell's stream. Never.
There's
So yeah.
not.
So Nikki's like, I just remember nip tape.
Yep.
So
it had to be green, right?
he came on stream in his Hugh Hefner robe, and then eventually, like I literally stepped away, came back, and then now he's Calvina with his Calvino wig, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll be right back." So he goes off camera, comes back 30 seconds later, but you just see him fixing his robe. And I was like, "Yo, Calvina, what's under your robe?" and Calvina's like, "Oh, there's nothing." And then he flashes everyone, and because he had a green screen going on, his nipples were covered in, I think, green tape, so you could not see the nipples at all.
You just saw the background.
It was awesome.
We don't have a
It
clip.
was so good.
Alvin, I know you recorded it. You gotta send
There
the clip
has
on
to be a
Discord or
clip.
something.
Let me see.
Yeah, I came home in the chat, and then he said hi to me.
Calvin
Yeah.
does this in real life.
Well, this is
Right.
what I'm thinking. So, since we know Calvin didn't really know he was going to do a set, how was he already dressed as Calvina?
No, he didn't dress. He didn't dress as. He wasn't Calvina yet.
Oh, I thought he was Calvina.
He
was
just midstream.
He dressed in midstream.
Midstream.
He came in just a robe.
Oh, okay.
he
So
was
I didn't
just
get
in a
there till
robe.
the end, like near the end.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So he did not know.
I thought he
that was-
started as Calvin. All right.
Yeah, no.
Well, he always has
Trying to
Calvina on
see.
hand. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, he didn't record his Saturday.
Darn.
Oh, here it is. Oh, no.
I think
that
he
was
took out
from
the bot
last
already,
night.
though.
What?
Calvin
I
Hefner.
thought he deleted the bot already.
Yeah, I think he did.
Just so,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a risk.
It
Yeah,
is-
that
that's
is-
true.
you don't want to end up like
You might get
Clean
banned.
Cut.
No.
have to start over.
Yeah.
Good
There's
Lord.
a gray line that you just can't cross, and Calvin covers over that line just enough.
Just enough. That's Calvin.
Someone said they wanted Calvina since Queen Bee was supposed to stream.
I mean, that makes sense, dude. Like that was the best substitution.
Calvin
Yeah.
said I'll send
He'll
you
send
a
a clip. He'll send a
Okay.
clip.
Cool.
clip.
Cool.
What else
I know.
happened?
I believe I did take some clips though.
From other streamers?
Yeah.
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 We have
Real quick, we can introduce not necessarily DFH moments, but they are DFH DJs. But Alvin Cortez's epic sleeping stream,
Oh, man.
Yes.
which got rated. So Alvin, for those of you who don't know, was doing kind of his talk show, and I think Jay Swink and MQ were on there. And apparently Elvin just laid down and fell asleep midstream.
And Jody.
Yeah, Jody was there too, which is his cousin, right? Someone from the UK.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he fell asleep, and then next thing you know, like Abed, who's talking to her sister on the phone, they're like, "Hey, like, are you on Elvin's stream?"
4 raids.
He fell asleep midstream. I was like,
Yeah.
no way. So I logged in right away, and then people are putting it in our Discord too.
Wife's
And
cousin.
I think it started off as like maybe 20 viewers around there. But then Jay Swank and someone else are like, I'm gonna go fish for raids.
Oh,
Just
Yeah,
hop
so
on
yeah,
the channel.
man.
Somebody's sleeping.
There was a level 3 hype train. There was like 129 viewers just watching Alvin sleep.
Yeah, so he got
Oh,
raided
man.
4 times, 2 of them being from Vince Maxino, and then another one from Showtime. There were a couple more, and yeah, I was sleepy. Like I should have been in bed already, but I needed to see the whole thing unfold. So, Ryan Lapp was in there too.
what
Kate
time
Bonnet.
is it? US or like Central Time?
It was
It was overnight.
past midnight.
Yeah,
already.
it was like
Oh.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 1 a.m.
Oh.
and like I had work the next day, but then like people were just hanging out, and it peaked at 129 viewers.
Dang.
It was crazy.
Wow.
And then like his stream froze. We think his camera died or something, because we saw the Streamlabs background, and then it shut off. And then a lot of us were still hanging out in the room, just chatting, right? Like we didn't know what was gonna happen. And then a few minutes later, his wife pops in to the chat, and we're like, "Oh my gosh!" And then she's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna wake him up." And we're like, "Oh no!"
Don't
So
wake
then
him up.
she goes back live with their son, and Elvin's still sleeping in the background, and her and her son are just like waving and kind of laughing at the chat. And then his wife's been dropped. Okay, I see. But then like it was still, he eventually went live again. And then she eventually woke him up, and then like Elvin just like looked at the screen, and like he was like, "What the F just happened?" He was like totally out of it. And then it turned into a thing. It turned into some crazy intervention apparently about getting a CPAP.
Yeah.
They're like, you
It's a
need to
blessing
see-
in disguise.
Yeah,
so
I've heard
I
that.
think he's actually gonna go see a doctor for it now, because his wife's been trying to get him to do it. And
Yeah.
this is what came out of it. It was like a
Yeah.
CPAP awareness thing, and like the next day, people were all talking about it, and like now people are like scheduling sleep studies.
People scheduled sleep studies
Sleep
because of
studies.
that. So that was pretty amazing. And yeah, his wife was so happy because now everyone got to see him. And then now everyone is telling him the same thing that she's been telling him for like how many years.
So yeah, something that started out as like really hilarious, like just turned into like medical advice to go.
Look at
to go
that.
get checked
Wilberry,
out.
she got her sleep test
Yeah.
done this
Yeah, like
weekend.
more
my
awareness
God.
on sleep
Yeah, that's
apnea
awesome.
Yeah.
and like this condition and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So real
Sleep apnea awareness.
welcome.
Thank you, Elvin and Dad from home.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elvin.
And then of course Elvin and Ryan Live had their epic 98 degrees New Kids on the Block battle today. I was at work, so I missed a lot of it, but if anyone wants to tell details, I think who won?
So Alvin Cortez was representing the heavily favored New Kids on the Block, and then you had the one and only Ryan Live, who jokingly represented 98 degrees, and then it just became a thing where he was like, you know what, let's just do, because Alvin. So Total Encore and we had our boy band challenge. We did NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys. Alvin was like, "Oh, I'll be New Kids on the Block. I'll take on the winner." Ryan Live's like, "Hold on a second. I'll be 98 Degrees and I'll go against you, and then the winner will take on the
Oh.
winner of NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys." So that's how all that started, and so I ended up beating Total Encore. So I'm representing NSYNC. Ryan Live beats. Alvin, and Ryan Live is representing 98 Degrees. And it got to, like, it's the first to 5 points. It got to 4-4. And Ryan
There are a
Live
lot of
pulls
close
it out.
calls, like for a couple of rounds. Like
Yeah,
majority of the rounds.
2 rounds. It was a decision by 1 vote,
Dang.
and it was like
Your
one.
vote counts, guys.
Yeah, by
Your
one
vote counts,
vote.
and more
One
than just this situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
the final round was like 3 votes, and it was just super
Wow.
close. Yeah.
So Zero is asking, what bands are you going to choose for the next one? Actually, so what it's going to end up being is I'll be representing my NSYNC, and Ryan Live will be representing 98 Degrees. So it's going to be the final boy band challenge, NSYNC versus 98 Degrees. We don't know when it will be yet. We're going to work on that schedule. But then after that, Total Encore and I are working on the next challenge. So stay tuned for that. I believe it's going to be announced within the next week or so. Getting more details on that.
Does 98 Degrees have enough songs for another battle?
It'll be.
I mean, they're probably gonna have to reuse songs.
You can reuse.
No, I'm
we can
seeing
bring
no
the songs
song
back.
repeats. You can?
Well, you can.
lame.
You can. Because
In the next battle, yeah.
Because
still
it
gotta
wouldn't be
choose the
fair.
better
'Cause it's still NSYNC versus 98 Degrees. It's a totally different battle. But you just can't reuse the same song.
It is, but
during
it's
the
like
battle.
unfair because isn't NSYNC gonna win every round?
That's what they said about New Kids on the Block.
That's what you.
Yeah, but this is all right.
That's what
Nikki,
they said
where
about New
are
Kids
you
on the Block.
So
Game has started.
it's not fair.
It's not
Yeah,
fair.
so
I feel like you should just pick new
we
bands.
cannot sleep on
Yeah.
98 Degrees.
Don't sleep on it.
Anyway.
So that's that. That is that.
Before we start promos, box messages. You want to do that first?
Oh
There's
yeah,
only a couple.
let's go ahead and do
Let's
that.
play a couple box messages.
Bucks.
Don't forget to drop your box messages. We did get a couple this week.
There is actually one for KleanCutt.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you guys ready for this? Here. Actually. 1 second. Oh, looks like so we do. Before I even play the box message, I know we have a raffle, right?
This is raffle.
Oh, we do have a raffle.
So
Let's
we
do
can
the
run this
first.
raffle while we play the box.
Yeah, I'm
message.
gonna run the raffle. Put a 3-minute timer on it. I think that should.
As
be
a
enough.
reminder, this is from last year.
Last-
Sorry.
from last week.
Last year.
Crossover with Furious Anger Management. So since we didn't have the capabilities to run the raffle in his channel, you're doing it today. And as a reminder, it is none other than, I have to look at my notes, it's such a long name. It's an official COVID West Coast Give Me 6 DJ Furious measuring tape to keep you safe. So you got 2 minutes.
Yes. So
It
go ahead and
is,
type.
300 cheese fries per ticket. To know how many cheese fries you have, do exclamation point points, and then do exclamation point raffle, and then the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That'll give you your number of tickets.
Win yourself a measuring tape.
Measuring
tape. Okay. So box messages. First one. It looks like it's a message that goes out to KleanCutt. So here it is.
Hello, I was watching the Krackernuttz probe yesterday. I saw Mr. KleanCutt. I want to say I'm a big fan of KleanCutt. Yeah, like what they do. And shout out to Krackernuttz and the Hoyle Up Club because put a good show on every Sunday last month of the month. But
Who was that?
So-
was that?
Who was that?
Who was
Oh,
that?
no.
I have no idea.
Reveal
no, I don't know.
yourself
It's just a phone
if
number.
you're in the
I
chat.
don't get who the
phone
name
number?
is. It's just. A
I
phone
have 2 guesses. It's going to be either Stashwell or Flip Hop.
number. Or flip.
No.
It's one of the two.
It doesn't sound like them.
An
It doesn't?
Asian
Who
man.
has
it-
that? Who has the? What's that? The Vietnamese
He
accent?
has a Vietnamese accent, right?
It's
Yeah.
Kelvin.
Well, a little known fact, and I've heard this, and I guess KleanCutt can attest to
MQ.
this. There is a very big Vietnamese
In Houston.
in Houston. A
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
big
I've been.
Vietnamese
Yeah.
culture in Houston. It's crazy.
'Cause I have a lot of fam in Houston. It's been a while since I've been there, but I'm definitely hitting you guys up next time I go.
Yeah,
I have to go to
man.
Houston all
Oh,
the
I
time.
love Vietnamese.
Yo,
It
Houston's
makes me
open,
wonder, like, if I've listened to you guys on radio when I was down there.
They want another. They
Uh,
want a replay.
Jay Bree says it's Jay Swink. Here, I'll replay it one more time.
Yeah, let's replay.
Hello, I was watching the Cracker Rock Club yesterday. I saw Mr.
It could
KleanCutt.
be him.
I want to say I'm a big fan of KleanCutt. Yeah, like what they do. And shout out to Krackernuttz and the Hoyle Up Club because put a good show on every Sunday last month of the month. But
Yeah, that
It's so
Could be,
Vietnamese. I like
could
what
be
they do.
Jay Swank. Could be Jay Swank.
Yeah.
I think it's
Jay Bree,
Jason.
you're onto something, brother. All right, and then here's the other one. Here's the other box message.
All right, God.
Caught. It was him.
Hi,
Was it? Was it?
just go-
It was Jay Swink.
Sorry,
It was Jay
sorry.
Swink.
My B.
That's okay. All right, I'll replay it.
Hi, just this is Calvina. I just wanted to call because I was feeling very embarrassed from my actions this weekend. But anyways, if you talk to Roderick or Jay Swank, let them know that I'm looking for them. They've been hollering at me all weekend, but I was so busy, and maybe I'll show them my goodies in person instead of on my stream. Okay, so talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, Jay Swink, you hear that, bro?
Calvina, I told you to
Calvina's
back
calling
off,
back.
bro, Derek. Back
dang.
See? You
Oh,
got
dang,
girls.
this is real.
Calvina got girls after her, man. Like Perry's mad. She's on the hunt. Like now you got Sam pissed off. She's on the hunt. Calvina, you guys in drama, bro.
Wow.
You watch that.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Jay Swank's getting a restraining order.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
More?
Do we
and
have more messages?
It looks. I think that's it. Was there any more?
No, I think that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think.
Two.
Yeah, it looks like that was it.
That's it.
It looks like there is one more message,
There's
not
a-
necessarily a box message. There is a
What?
video message.
Is that the one I sent you?
No,
Okay.
no.
You
Should
can-
I
you
play
can-
that
you
one?
can-
Film message.
No, for plugs, you can play the one I sent you.
Okay, I will play that after this. So
Let me
this
get the
video
plugs.
message is a special one. It's related to the box message from last week. And let me
Here we go.
share that one.
Queen Calvina.
And let me know if you can hear it.
Say what?
I can't hear anything.
No sound.
No? Okay. 1 second.
We got new characters.
All right, here it is.
Hello, I am King Jackman, and with me, my beautiful wife, Queen Jackman. Say hello, dear.
Aww.
Yes, we are here from across the pond. We've heard that there's been some issues with our distant relatives in the United States. Haven't you heard the same, dear? We've heard that there's been some disputes between you, Jackman, and Dr. Jackman. It's been somewhat of an embarrassment over here in the UK. Have you heard anything from your friends yet? No, apparently not. What we would like to do is settle this dispute once and for all. We will be passing down the one and the only golden shake weights to the winner of the shake off on Dance from Home on Halloween. How do you feel about that, dear? So, make sure you tune in to Dance from Home on Halloween Day to watch the shake-off between Huge Jackman and Dr. Jackman. And the winner will receive the golden shake weight of the Jackmans. Tune in then. Ta-ta.
Y'all want to see the golden shake weight? They sent us a picture of the golden shake weight. So here it is.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
Like golden.
that's the
actually
golden
gold.
shake weight. It's literally gold.
is that just a reflection, or do you get two?
It looks like it's a reflection. from
But
a
there's
mirror.
two?
No, it's a reflection. But
Oh,
But there's
you said
two?
it. You said it in a way. You're like, it looks like a reflection in the mirror.
no, it's a reflection. It's a
But-
reflection in front of a mirror. So
Noise.
yes, there is a
so
golden
tune in
shake weight.
this Saturday.
Yes.
DFH Halloween. We're
Halloween.
gonna have a shake off for Artie's set.
Nice.
All right, let's pick a winner for this is raffle, and then let's go on to
This is
plugs.
raffle.
Yes.
All right, guys. Again, if you don't win,
is
or if you do win,
This is
it's Streamlabs. And Sam, what are they winning again?
They are such a lot. I gotta look at my notes. We are giving away an official COVID West Coast Give Me Six DJ Furious measuring tape to keep you safe.
And this is from last week's Furious and Rage TFH episode, but we didn't have the raffle set up then. All right, and the winner is. Oh my god! Of course it is.
Calvin?
Calvin? Is it freaking Calvin?
Wow.
Ding ding ding
Jesus.
ding ding.
Calvin.
Oh no, I'm gonna see that measuring tape in future streams. I know it.
Good lord.
Congrats, Calvin. You have won.
I don't want to know
again.
where that measuring tape's gonna go. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want to know where it's gonna be when he gets that.
I think we should redraw. He's won in the past.
Oh, has he?
He wins everything. I'm still waiting to give him the fucking hoodie.
He won the
or
red
sweater.
shirt.
Yeah, he won the
Oh,
red
that's
shirt.
right. Oh yeah, Perry's red shirt. Okay,
All right.
we just saw it too.
Redraw. Sorry, Calvin. You gotta spread the wealth here. All right. The next winner is
Nikki, Nick's 55.
Nikki.
All right.
You gotta tell
Nikki,
Furious
Nikki,
to ship it to Canada
Furious
now.
owes you.
Oh shoot!
Ship to
Oh
Canada.
no, he's gonna be like,
He's gonna be pissed, but he's got to pay out
He's gotta pay international shipping now.
international shipping.
There you go, DJ Furious. Rightfully so. You're the boss mod.
you are the best man. Maybe just
Congratulations,
request something
Nikki.
else if you don't want the measuring tape.
Yeah. So hit up Furious. He will send you his Give Me Six
I'll whisper
DJ
him
Furious
as
measuring
well.
tape. Congratulations, Nikki.
Congrats.
That's so funny.
Hilarious. All right, are we in plugs? So
Yes.
Where we're at now. KleanCutt, you're up first. What do you got going on for the next week or two, or anything you want to plug and talk about?
I make my return this Wednesday to the nightcap.
Yes.
So it's time to get somebody pregnant.
Yep. So
That's right.
if you haven't seen a nightcap from KleanCutt, he plays the music to get down to, and I mean that in a literal sense. There's some babies that have probably been conceived. during
And
his
if you
ones.
do get pregnant, CleanCutt said he will be the Nino.
the Nino,
I will be the Nino. Yeah, that's right.
he's the Nino. So make sure. He got you.
And then I also have my usual weekly Sunday, which is call it Reflection, from 10:30 to 11:30. We do praise and worship, and then from 11:30 to 12:30 we switch it up and just play some feel good Sunday vibes.
Cool. That's dope. Wildcat, what you got?
So this week, because it's Halloween week, there is a lot of preparation going on right now for the Hugh Jackman, Dr. Jackman Shake-Off. So Wednesday, when I usually do a Wild Wednesday, there will be no Wild Wednesday this week. And then Freaky Friday, when there's usually a Freaky Friday, because of all of the DFH Halloween weekend, there will actually be no Freaky Friday this week. So I will be streaming on Saturday for the DFH Halloween event. And I believe the normal Freaky Friday DJs are streaming on Saturday as well. So be on the
Nice.
lookout for that.
What stream is the Shake Off on?
The stream for the Shake Off is actually
Yeah.
going to be on my channel
It's on your channel during your
Yes.
time, right?
during my time. Yes.
Okay. Make sure you guys tune in to all of Dance From Home, but specifically,
Yeah. Be on the lookout for the flyer. You will see the flyer coming up soon. And it's going to be a pretty epic DFH Halloween.
nice.
Yes.
Excited. Sam. What you got?
Two things. First, we have Cook from Home on Thursday with Step Up 921. Can you bring up the thing, RD?
Nice. Can you bring up the thing, please?
I've like been waiting. I'm like, when is it gonna come up? Because all the details are there. Okay, what did I put? We are making pancit molo. It's a Filipino dish, dumpling soup, basically.
Damn, that's real.
So if you guys want to actually cook, like make it with us, let us know. We can like whisper you the ingredients, and then you can cook with us. But yeah. Shout out to Step Up. Shout out Bolot Social Club. So it's this Thursday at 6:30 Central. So come join me and Step Up.
That's
And
gonna be
then-
so dope.
Secondarily, we have Fitness from Home, episode 2 on Sunday. So after the Halloween festivities, RD, do you have that flyer from
That's when I saw
from
it.
Lil
Oh, here it
Berries?
is. Yep,
After
I
you
do.
eat all your candies and
After you eat all your candies, you can work out,
you work
meditate,
out and
be
then
healthy, be
lose the
productive.
calories.
Yes.
Holy cow, hold on. That's so weird.
It's a lot of like close-ups.
Well, from what I can see,
Fitness
So
from home.
big.
Bam, bam.
Hold on.
yeah. So
I don't
yeah.
know
So
why-
this is episode 2. You
Hold on,
can
hold on.
see it.
Hold on, I'm going to get the
So-
sleeve. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great episode 1 a couple weeks back, but here on the from what we can see, we got DJ Ray Domingo, we have Shortman Fitness, we got Valtizi Nose, Wellness Blend, Lil Berries, Jenny Ogus.
Here you go.
Oh, now I can't see it. Kittens, Kilos, Kung Fu. Ooh, we got Step Up 921, Grace Yoga, and then Calvin Cornell ending the day with a birthday twerk out music.
Yes.
Stream.
I never
So-
thought I would see Calvin Cornell on a Fitness from Home, but I guess that makes sense. Like twerk it out.
Yes.
Get
So
your
it's a
fitness in.
very exciting day. So please join in after the post Halloween activities.
I like the Fitness from Home flyers because they're so soothing. They're
Yeah.
always like nice
Calming.
scenescapes, calming. It actually kind of
Huge
sometimes.
shout out.
Go ahead.
I was saying huge shout out to Lil Berries for getting this started because
Yes.
these
Yeah.
are, and you know,
Yeah,
these are not like the
girl.
normal DFH DJs that you see here. You know, these are totally brand new people that you know you typically wouldn't see on Dance from Home. So it's pretty
involving
Yeah.
the community, like in general.
Yeah.
Further expanding the community for sure. So yeah, shout out to
Expand,
Lil
yep.
Berries. Love ya.
Good
Nice.
job, Little Berries. Jeff, what do you got going on?
So we do have Nightcap this Wednesday. CleanCutt's going to be on it. D Double and Jason Y so far. Hope we'll probably get that filled that last slot filled soon. And we're actually calling it.
Nightcap.
You want to get on it?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Actually, we'll see who's not spinning on
That's the
Halloween first.
spirit.
If we don't get
I'll do
anyone
it.
that's not spinning on
On Saturday.
that's not on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
But we are this was Artie's idea, but we actually are calling this Wednesday Fright Cap.
Yes.
Fright
for
Cap.
Halloween.
What?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
DFH
So,
Fright Cap.
CleanCutt, D Double, Jason, if you guys have costumes, feel free to wear them this Wednesday.
Well, now I don't know. I don't have enough costume because I got to wear a costume on Saturdays.
And then, of course, Friday and Saturday is officially the DFH Halloween, which Artie, do you have the video downloaded?
I
Do
do.
it.
All right.
And then we are going to play you the trailer, which Brothers Keeper has kindly done for us every week. They do such a great job at it, and they actually just released the trailer to me during Talk From Home. So this is the first time a lot of us are seeing it.
Yeah. This is
So
a first for
here
everyone.
is
Premiere.
the lineup drop. We have 10 DJs on Friday, consisting mostly of the Bullet Social Club and a few others. And then we have another 23 DJs on Saturday. It's wild.
Jesus.
It's going to be a long weekend, so tune in.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's like Stranger
Oh,
Things.
It is
this
Stranger
Stra-
Things. It is
Is this Stranger Things or X Files?
Stranger.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
This is so cool.
Wow. Looks like it's in alphabetical order.
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, DJ FaZe, DFH debut.
So exciting.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
Yo, Jimbo.
Yo, Jimbo!
They picked the 80s font too, like the 80s.
Oh,
This
so
is amazing!
Good job, Brothers Keeper.
Let's
That's
go.
so dope.
Wow.
That's so dope.
So that is Friday and
That's
Saturday.
awesome.
Friday, we are starting at, let me pull that up real quick. It's 5 Central. I'm not mistaken. Yes, Friday, we are kicking it off at 5 Central with Jillian X, who's also her DFH debut.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, very long day, we kick it off at 11 a.m. with Chuck Righteous, and we're going all the way to 1:40 a.m. Central with Jay Bray.
Halloween.
That's going to be epic.
You know you got to stay up until Jay Bray set. Like,
Yep. Everyone's going to be in costume, so tune in.
full
Amazing.
costumes. So dope.
Yeah, I still don't even know what I'm going to wear yet.
Yeah, I got to figure that out, man.
I know. Things are being figured out right now.
Yeah.
Me as well. KleanCutt, can you
Yes, sir.
introduce our next guest for next Monday?
Yes, sir. Next week, make sure you tune in for Brothers Keeper.
I don't know what it
Oh,
is
yeah.
that you done to me.
Brothers
This is a remix,
episode
by the way.
part
But
3.
it's for me to act in such a
Brothers Keeper, let's
crazy
go.
way.
Wow.
Keeper.
Speaking
They're the
of
ones.
Brothers
They're the ones that
Keeper,
did the video, or they do
Yeah.
all the video lineups.
Yeah, they do all the video lineup trailers, so it's going to be awesome to have them on the show. We're stoked to have them. It's going to be amazing. Shout out Brothers Keeper.
People are talking about the time change this weekend, and yes, this weekend is officially the end of daylight savings time. So for everyone in Central Time, right in the middle of Jay Bray's set at 2 a.m., it'll become 1 a.m. So we're going back in time this weekend. We do gain that extra hour.
Oh yeah.
it's interesting.
We need-
Interesting.
we
Good thing,
need
good thing, good thing there was no overlap on DJs too. That would have been super confusing.
Are we reading Order Furious?
What's up?
Are we-
Are we ready?
Are we ready? Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 10 of Talk From Home. It's always awesome having you guys here and tuning into us. Thank you, KleanCutt.
Thank you,
So
guys.
much.
Thank you so much, KleanCutt.
Clean cut.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
KleanCutt, appreciate your time. This was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and I know we haven't seen the last of you.
I know.
on
I'm
here.
thinking about having my bachelor party
sure.
in Houston, so I'm gonna holler at you.
Man, let me know.
Yes.
Yes, that might happen. So I might come out there for my bachelor party. I'm gonna holler
Yeah,
at you.
let me know. Let us know.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
right,
As
everybody.
always, same bat time, same bat channel. Next week we'll be back with Brothers Keeper, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday. So tune in. We'll see you guys then. Stay for the raid. Don't go nowhere. Make sure you
Yeah,
drop
that's right.
the DFH
Show some love
emotes
to DD Furious.
when you get to Furious's page. So
Yep.
thank you
DFH fam.
guys.
Thanks, fam. Stay for the raid.
Stay for the raid.
raid.
Stay for the raid. Stay for the raid. Stay for the raid. Stay for the raid. Stay for the raid. 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 Hey. 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 Hey.
Right.